Hey everybody, it's Nikki here with a Sassy Subber, and today we're going to work on back office stuff. Ornament ribbons and bows. I know it sounds crazy, but let's get started and I'll show you what you need. First, you're going to need anywhere between an 1/8 inch and a 1/4 inch ribbon. You're also going to need a ruler, a lighter, a fork. Don't worry, I'll get to that method. You're also going to need a piece of cardstock and scissors, and oh, don't forget, patience. We kind of need patience around here. All right, so let's get started. First things first, you need to figure out what color ribbon that you would like. All right, once you have that figured out, we'll get into what this will look like. But first you need to get a piece of cardstock. What you want to do is you want to measure it where it's 7 inches. So you're basically going to be cutting off 1 inch off the back end. I just kind of guesstimate it, to be completely honest with you, but you can measure it out if you want. Then what you want to do is you want to fold this in half. And give it a nice crease. Now, you're going to set that aside because I'll show you why you're going to need that in just a second. In order to do these, see, I like to have all my ribbons completely uniform when it comes to making my ornaments. This way too, all I have to do is grab one off, loop it through the ornament, and it makes things so much easier, and it looks really neat and presentable. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut a piece of ribbon 12 inches in length. You're going to want to wrap it around your cardstock. Now, I try to do it this way, and you want to just tighten it down and double knot it. So you just tighten it down, and then you double knot it. And that's all you do, okay? You come up and around here, and this is how it goes, okay? We will trim these off and use the lighter later, but this is what you do. Fill up your piece of cardstock and then set it aside. So again, you want to make sure that this is in total in height here is about 3.5 inches. So you want to take a piece of standard size cardstock, cut off about 1 inch off of the length, fold it in half so that you get about 3.5 inches here. And then you just tie a 12-inch piece of ribbon all the way down. Pretty simple, right? All right, let's put that aside. Next, you want to cut yourself for these cute little adorable bows. There's a couple different methods to how you can make these bows. You can use what they call the fork method. I'm going to use the bunny ear method, but I will show you both. It's not too hard. So you want to cut these 8 inches in length, whether it's the 1/8 or whether it's the 1/8 inch or the 1/4 inch. Sorry. Whether it's those two types of widths of ribbon, doesn't matter. They still need to be 8 inches in length. All right, so let's show you the fork method. All right, the fork method goes like this. You want to take your ribbon. This one I find to be a little bit more difficult for me. You want to take it, put your thumb on this side. You want to wrap it around. And you want to take your thumb, all right, and hold these two pieces together. All right, now there is a different types of ribbon. There's one that is called double-sided, which means it's satiny on both sides. Or like, for instance, in this burgundy one, it's kind of satin on one side and matte on the other. This is why I like the bunny ear method when I have a satin side. But if you have trouble with the bunny ear method, this will also work. So again, we'll start that over. You want to come over to the top, come around, and you want to grab it, okay? Put your thumb. You want to take this loop and come down through here, okay, through the tongs. You see where my thumb is? Now, you want to take that piece and slide it through that hole, okay, and you pull, just pull, okay, and this is where you want to, this is what will make even loops for you, all right, and I'll show you again how to do that. And you just tighten it so when you flip it over you have a perfect bow, okay, and it's all in how you tighten it. So when you take it off you have the perfect little bow. All right, so we'll do that again. So you want to use an 1/8 or an 8-inch piece of ribbon, okay, this is. So you want to come around and you crisscross it over the front. Hold it with your thumb here. Take this, drop it through this hole down at the bottom, bring it up through the top, and slide it in through this hole. Take your thumb out and just pull. Okay? And then you tighten up both sides of your ribbon. Pretty cool, huh? And then you just tighten it up, take it off there. Now you can sit here and you can rearrange your ribbon and pull it a little bit taut. Okay, and there you have your perfect bow. So now I'm going to show you the bunny ear method. Let me get this knot out of here. So here's how you do the bunny ear method. You still use the same 8-inch piece of ribbon. Okay, so we're going to make this 8 inches. You'll notice that in my tutorials, I tend to hum. So here's the bunny ear method, okay? You literally are going to take one loop, okay, 2 loops, crisscross, tuck it in, and pull. Now don't pull too tight because you'll pull your loops out. So this is where you get to finesse it and play with it for a little bit till you get the perfect way you want it. Really, there's no wrong way to making the perfect bow. Lots of different methods. It's just whatever happens to stick in your brain. So you just give it a little bit of tweaks here and there, and that's how you make it. I will cut these edges off and give them a little bit of love with the lighter. But and this is why double-sided satin one is best, because if this twists on you, then it really doesn't matter. All right, so we'll take that out. Again, bunny ear method. Take, crisscross them, and you can take this back piece comes through that hole, and you'll figure it out too. You kind of fumble fingers through it. And with me having long nails, yep, that's always an issue. Let my fingers slip. Of course, I got to do this while I'm doing a tutorial. I mean, what else? Why not? Okay. Pull. Remember, don't pull too hard. And then you just straighten out your bow. And you fluff it. Once you get going with these, it makes it so much easier. It's really not that hard. It's just a matter of making sure you want it to look the way you want it to. Now, let's say this is the perfect bow for me. This is the way I want it. Awesome. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to give it some love. All right. Some nice corners, or ends, I should say. That one's a little bit wonky. Okay. Then what you want to do is you want to seal your edge. You can use a sealer. I just use a lighter and I just tap it on the ends. And I do that on all of my ribbons. So after I cut it, I just seal the ends so it doesn't fray. And there you have it. Whether it's on the fork or it's one that you tie with the bunny ear method, you just have to decide what you like, and of course I'm totally a perfectionist and those loops have to be the same. So this is how I do mine. I know you guys think I'm crazy, but if you're looking for more fun tips and tutorials, you can always get some sass, that is for sure, here on the Sassy Subber. Again, the materials you're going to need, I'm going to put that back up here. Again, you're going to need anywhere between 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 inch ribbon. You're going to need that ribbon, whether you're using it as the ornament ribbon itself, you want to cut that 12 inches long. If you want to make a bow, the little tiny bows you add to your ornament, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut that 8 inches. You're going to need a lighter, a fork, if you choose the fork method, and a little bit of patience and some ingenuity. So, I'm going to bring it back so I can show you what it looks like on the ornament itself. So you can see. All right, so now let's say I made this beautifully pressed ornament. What I want to do is I would take this off and see how easy that is. And for me, because I have nails, I use a crochet hook. And I just kind of push it through. Just makes my life easier because I do have nails. Now, there's a couple different ways. You can have it to where this ribbon is up at the top. You can have it where it sits at the bottom. If you want it up at the top, you go just like this. Make sure you trim those edges. Make sure you use your lighter. Then with a hot glue gun, I come in here and then I add my little bow. And this is what makes it look absolutely perfect. So I like to make some added touches to my ornaments. It's a little bit of something to add. So this is why personal touches and back office stuff always work. Until next time, I'll see you guys all later on the flip side.